You see them everywhere in the trades. Three-phase motors. They're practically the unsung heroes of the industrial world. These bad boys are the backbone of heavy-duty equipment, powering everything from conveyor belts to massive cranes. We're talking pumps, compressors, you name it. If it's big and powerful, chances are it's running on a three-phase motor. Why? Because they deliver more power than single-phase motors, making them ideal for demanding tasks. But even tough guys need a checkup now and then. Regular maintenance is key to keeping them in top shape. Think of it like this. You wouldn't drive your truck for years without an oil change, right? The same principle applies here. Same goes for these motors. Regular inspections can catch issues early. Checking them regularly can head off problems before they become big, expensive headaches. It's all about being proactive. Trust me, a little preventative maintenance goes a long way. It can save you a lot of trouble down the line. It's always cheaper to fix a problem early on than to replace a whole motor. Early intervention is crucial. Plus, a well-maintained motor runs more efficiently, saving you energy and money in the long run. Efficiency is key. Now let's dive into how to keep those motors humming. Stay tuned for some essential tips and tricks. Before you even think about grabbing that multimeter, remember, safety first. We're dealing with electricity here, folks, and it can be dangerous if you don't treat it with respect. First things first, make absolutely sure that the motor is turned off and disconnected from the power supply. No exceptions. Double-check the breaker and use a non-contact voltage tester if you're unsure. Next, gather your tools. You'll need a multimeter, of course, and maybe a screwdriver to access the motor terminals. Now, let's get to know your multimeter a little better. The multimeter might look intimidating with all its dials and settings, but it's your best friend when it comes to troubleshooting electrical problems. Whether you're dealing with a faulty wire or a malfunctioning device, the multimeter is an essential tool. Don't sweat it. It's easier to use than you think. With a little practice, you'll be navigating those dials like a pro. For this job, we'll mainly be using two settings: continuity and resistance. These are the most common settings you'll need for basic troubleshooting. Continuity testing beeps if there's a complete electrical path, like in a good wire. It's a quick way to check if a circuit is complete. Resistance, measured in ohms, tells us how much the electricity is being resisted. This can help identify issues like short circuits or broken components. To check continuity, turn the dial to the continuity symbol. It usually looks like a sound wave. This setting is crucial for ensuring connections are intact. For resistance, turn the dial to the ohm symbol. O. This helps measure how much resistance is present in the circuit. Make sure you know how to select the right range on your multimeter too. Choosing the correct range ensures accurate readings and helps prevent damage to the device. Now for the main event, testing the motor. This is where your multimeter skills will really come into play. You'll be checking two main things: the windings and the insulation. First up, the windings. These are crucial for the motor's operation. These are coils of wire inside the motor, and they need to have a specific resistance to function properly. To check the winding resistance, disconnect the motor leads carefully to avoid any damage. Then, touch the multimeter probes to each pair of motor terminals, noting the readings accurately. The resistance should be similar between each pair. Consistent readings indicate healthy windings. If a reading is way off, you might have a problem with the windings. This could mean a break or short in the coils. Next, let's check the insulation. This is equally important for the motor's safety and efficiency. This is what keeps the electricity flowing where it's supposed to, preventing any unwanted contact. A bad insulation can lead to dangerous shorts, which can cause severe damage or even fires. To test it, we'll use a special type of multimeter called a megohmmeter. This device measures high resistance values. We'll cover how to use that in another video. It's a bit more advanced, but very useful. But remember, if you suspect an insulation problem, it's best to call in a qualified electrician. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks.